All was darkness and confusion. I felt my hand grip tightly. The table jostled and rocked as everybody spoke over one another. "The doors," Bunny gasped. "Don't break the circle," cried Mrs. T. "It's not safe." "Is Miss Freshly okay?" said Tina. "Everything all right in there?" called Mr. Boo from the door. "No, yes, I don't know," I said. "Real," yelled Honeydell. A weight landed in my lap. A sharp claw dug into my thighs. "Yow!" I cried. For a handful of heartbeats, the chaos continued. Then with a click and a buzz, the fluorescent lights blinked on, revealing the custodian standing inside the doorway. "Why were all the lights off?" asked Mr. Bill. "It's for Mrs. Thomas began. Miss Freshly wailed again. "Aye!" Everyone turned as she staggered towards us, clutching two handfuls of tangerine-colored hair. Her crown was crooked, and her eyes were as wild as a dingo in a diner. Seance or no seance, something was deeply wrong. My skin tingled. I jumped to my feet, thumping the cat off my lap and breaking the circle. "What's the matter?" asked Tina. "Terrible, terrible, most terrible," groaned the medium. I reached out to her. "What is?" "Doom to you all," wailed Miss Freshly, waving her arms. "Yep, that's pretty terrible." Yikes! Bunny ducked behind his chair and raised crossed index fingers, like he was warding off vampire. Is the ghost talking? Or Miss Freshly?" The medium clutched the back of her own chair, huffing breaths in and out as she'd been running a marathon. In response, Honeydell arched her spine like a Halloween cat, hissing and glaring. Mrs. T wheeled to the teacher's side, her face creased with concern. "It's too late. It's too late. It's too late." Whimpered Miss Freshly. Her expression was heartbreaking. "They're all doomed, and I couldn't do a thing. My fault." Then her eyes rolled back in her head. Mrs. Tamasisi lunged, but too late. Miss Freshly slumped forward, collapsing her chair and doing a face plant onto the spirit offering. Hershey's kisses flew everywhere. Thwomp! Down went the table, with a medium on top. "Jessica," Mr. Boo hurried to her side. We all crowded around. By the time we rolled Miss Freshly over and checked her vital signs, it was obvious. She was out like a light, and nothing could awaken her. The ghost of Monte Rosa Elementary had struck again. With our help, Mr. Boo loaded the comatose teacher into his car and strapped her down. "Don't worry, dudes," he said. "I'll make sure she gets the best care." My stomach was twisted up with guilt, like a shopping mall pretzel. If Benny and I hadn't brought her into this, Miss Freshly would have been home making brownies or learning silly songs or whatever kindergarten teachers did in their free times. "We're coming with you," I told the janitor. This was strongly vetoed by both Mr. Boo and Mrs. Tamasisi. "No way," he said. "You dudes need to get home. Your parents will be worried." "But it's our fault," said Bunny. The ex-wrestler scowled. "Not even," she said. "Miss Freshly is an experienced medium. She knew the risk." Her face softened. "I'm sure she'll snap out of it soon." "But Tina began. "No," said Mr. Bill. "Like the eagle said, Bikes in the fast lane. Go, we've got this covered. He drove away, with Mrs. T following in her van. Benny, Tina and I looked at each other, shrugged, and shuffled off to unlock our bikes. I haven't felt quite so useless in a long while. First my parents were careening toward a split, and now this. The setting sun glazed the oak trees, and applause glowed, but I was in no mood to admire a sunset. Our school was falling apart, student by student, teacher by teacher, and so far we hadn't done a darn thing to stop it. My chest felt as tight as a superhero spandex. If these keep up, Tina said as we paddled away, you know what happened. What? I said. The whole school will be in coma. No way, said Bunny. He still looked pale, but determined. But we won't let it go that far. Tina stood on her pedals. Bradman, you know I give you guys major respects as monster fighters, but you've never gone up against those before. You can't fight what you can't touch. With a wave, she peeled off and headed home. We'll find a way, Benny called after her, but his tone held 7 shades of doubt. Spirits or no spirits, we'll put a stop to all this. Right, Carlos? Right, I said, but what I wanted to say was how. Miss Freshly had tried and failed, and if a professional psychic had been bitten by this ghost, evil mojo, what chance did 2 fourth-grade boys stand against it?